Hey everybody, it's Michael at Bay Area Hiking Guys. Give me that information, give me that knowledge to hike with confidence. I'm up here at Boutonneau State Park exploring around, and we're going to talk about water stashing and why it's pretty important when you're kind of in a predicament that I'm in right now. Hey guys, alright, welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, feel free to like, subscribe even. Got a lot of cool stuff about the Bay Area. Alright, so I'm in the Santa Cruz Mountains in Boutonneau State Park, and I'm going to talk to you guys about water stashing. Now, we're in a little bit of a situation, and because I'm running this operation, oh yeah, we're making sure we have enough water because it's really, really important. Now, I've got Chris with me, and I have Beth right behind us. She's going to be here in about 15 minutes. So I've been informed that there's no water up here. There's no faucet, nothing whatsoever. We're coming up 2,000 feet. Between the three of us, it's a warm day. So fall starts today. So we're going to need to bring up enough water. Now, I'm not only just bringing enough water for us to drink, to get up here, get back, and to drink at camp, but I'm also bringing enough water for us to be using for our meals, or coffee, if you like to have that in the morning, but also for our meals when we're having hot meals, so you're going to need some water. So I have plenty of water here. I have 5 liters in my set of gear, and then Chris has 4. So what we're going to do, we're only about 1.5 miles, 2 miles to go, and it's pretty easy going from here on out. I'm going to take 1.5 liters of water as emergency supply stash, and I'm going to leave that a little bit away from camp, so when you start heading back, we know where it's at if we need to get that water before we start dropping down. The rest of it's going to come with us. Chris is kind of going down a little bit on water, so he's drinking a little more than I am. But we're always going to be cautious and mindful of making sure we have enough water and then leaving that safety water to stash in the area. So I'm going to find a location that's going to be good to stash water. And I'm going to remember that I have the Doe Ridge trailhead right there as my marker to where that water is going to be nearby. And I'm going to stash it up here somewhere. So I'm going to stash the water in here. I'm going to leave it so if I need to get it when I'm coming back, I can do that. I'll find something to cover it up so some random dude or lady doesn't find it. So I'm going to use some twigs. And because I got my handy, that's right, my handy zone training gloves, it really makes this job even that much more comfortable. Alright, so I'm going to get this guy up here, get him all covered. So sometimes when you're out and about and you see water like this stashed, well, that's usually what they're doing. So now if I run into a predicament, I got 1.5 liters of water left there. So when I come back, we got water available to us. It's just a smart way to go. For the rest of us, we need to have enough water. It's always good to be staying hydrated, because when you don't have water, you're dealing with not having a lifeline. Not going to be good. Alrighty, so we're heading back, and we had a wonderful night. So we're going to be heading on back, and we're going to go to our water stash. As you can see to my left here, the whole amount of Santa Cruz Mountains there, just all the trees, just so much land. And there's Chris.
Hey!
You remember Chris from Rose Peak? He's doing great. How you feeling, Chris?
Great.
Chris has been, he did the Grand Canyon with me at Rose Peak, he did Tallac by himself. He's been a little out of the game, just for a little bit. So he's getting his body back and used to it again. Okay everybody, so it was a fantastic morning, wonderful night. We had just amazing beauty surrounded by mostly sequoias, the redwoods. And we had a nice circle of redwoods that were circling our campground almost in a perfect circle, and then we had the stars right in between it. So looking up at that as I was sleeping in my tent, I didn't have a rain fly over it, didn't need it today. and it was just absolutely gorgeous. So just phenomenal. As we went up there, it was getting quite humid. We definitely saw an adjustment, and that is going to require more water. So everything else is good. We all have a pretty good amount of water and enough to get out. But I do have that stash that we stashed below, we do have that stash that's just behind me, and we're going to go check that out. So let's continue on. And remember, I use this marker as my way to know where it is near, and then I know that the shrub is right here. That's where it's located. So we're going to go check that out right now. Follow me on, Chris. Alright, so I'm going to throw down my Game of Thrones sword, and leave that right there, let him know this is my land. Alright, so I'm going to head on up here and see what I've got. I'm going to pull these out of the way. It's exactly where I left it. Beth could probably use with a little bit of water and soak and Chris. And here we go. Here's that water. It's always something to have up here. Now, we did run into some water when we were coming through. It looked like it had a little bit of sulfur in it. The swayers are pretty fantastic, so if I really needed to do it, I could. I'm just not going to drink out of the Devil's Cup. I don't want to risk it. I don't want to be messing around with sulfur to begin with. But my filter could handle it. But it's just a precautionary thing. And just having this is like, oh, cool, we have another 1.5 liters up above, just a mile and a quarter away from camp. So good show, and we are all looking really good. Everybody's happy as can be. You know, you can't make everybody happy, but and everybody's got a pretty good amount of water, and this is a nice little backup just in case something was to happen. Remember when you're in high school and you're studying and you're in school and you're like, gosh, they got me doing these reports, and you're doing that in school, and it kind of, you know, it's like, oh man, I gotta write another report. But all that stuff actually makes sense when you get into life, especially when you're hiking. You're studying, you're reporting all this stuff, the elevation, the mileage, how many people you go on, what their levels are. So you're doing all that research prior before you go out on that backpacking trip, and you're kind of aware of what's going on and what you need to be aware of. So it's always a key essential to having a good day of backpacking. And remember, I'm always around if you need me. Alright guys, well thank you so much for checking out the channel. I appreciate it. And feel free to check out our other videos as we explore across the Bay Area. Alright guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching. It means a lot.